Salute, everyone. Greetings and salutations. Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. What's up, everyone? It's another episode of Sleepless and Casey. And happy New Year's Eve to you all. We're on the verge of a new calendar year. So a happy 2025. This year has kind of gone by. It's gone by fast, but then at the same time, it's been slow. It's been one hell of a year, I can tell you that. It has been one hell of a year. And I don't know. I'm not certain about 2025 either. I think it's going to be as equally eventful, odd, and bizarre. But odd and bizarre don't always necessarily mean bad. It is different, but it definitely has been a different type of year. I can say that for certain. But 2025 is on the horizon, and I am interested to see what lies ahead. I'll be yawning my ass off, but sleep, I don't know. And I really haven't been taking anything for my insomnia, really. And I've actually kind of laid off a little bit of my supplements for my joints. And I tell you, getting old is interesting. It really is. But, I get tired of taking supplements. Thank goodness I don't have to take like actual pills. I take supplements to help get me right. But I don't know. I need to get back on them and maybe even try to take something long term for sleeping at night. But I have realized that sleeping, like my room is literally like freezing, helps better with the whole hot flashes and night sweats and stuff like that.
I still have them, they're just not as bad. And hopefully, as I've said before, I'm on the down slope of the whole menopause train because it's been forever. It has definitely been forever. But how are you guys doing? Have you catching this on the replay? Tap in. Let me know what's up with you. Let me know what you got planned for the New Year. If you got any New Year's Eve plans, anything fun and exciting. Yep, here I am another year saying that one day I'm going to go to an actual New Year Eve event where they have the crystal and they have the confetti and the champagne and all of that. I say it every year. I've said it every year. And I never, ever make it. I never, ever make it. Because I don't even think about planning for it until it's too late. Now, this year I didn't have no money, just to be real honest about it. And I know that there's a couple events here in the city that's having New Year Eve events. So, and shout out to my baby sister. Her birthday is January 1st. She's a New Year's Day baby. So shout out to her. January 1st. Woo woo. But I don't know. I would like to know what you all have planned for New Year Eve. It's New Year Eve. But I just feel better saying New Year's Eve. I know that's grammatically incorrect. It just feels better. Like it's a new year, New Year's Eve. uh, what I will probably be doing is putting my puzzle together. Yes, super, super exciting. But that's what I'll be doing. And I actually have two 1,000 piece puzzle. So I'm excited about that. And then, of course, watch my turtles walk around in circles in their little home. So, I'm living the exciting life on the edge. You know what I'm saying? Um, Probably, I don't know what I'm going to eat. It's probably just regular food. I ain't made no plans to cook anything special. But, yeah. So I just dropped a video, a 3-hour video. I feel like Gilligan's Hour, a 3-island tour, 3-hour tour. So it has come to my attention that Queen Maker is back in the news. Now, I don't know, she may have always been in the news. I've kind of, stopped watching her because she was kind of getting on my nerves, just respectfully. She was getting on my nerves. So, and then she fell out of my algorithm, and I actually had forgotten about her. But I saw that a couple of content creators was interviewing a girl that was saying she was essayed by the Queen Maker. So y'all know that I had to do a reaction video. Y'all know that I had to do a reaction video. So the young lady, Dana, recorded I guess she tried to do like the Risa Tisa girl. But luckily she only has 3 episodes or 3 parts or what have you. Hopefully, I don't think there's anything left to say. But she posted them on TikTok. And so what I did was, because I wanted to stop, the reaction videos, so I have to stop and talk in between, give commentary. I recorded them into one video. So her recording part one, two, and three was about I think it was over an hour, like an hour and 9 minutes. So then of course the reaction video is, double that. So it's 3 hours. And I really tried to keep the reaction down to a minimum just so we could get through it. At the end, I did really good because I was tired. But check it out. It's very interesting. It's interesting and it's odd. Very, 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 very odd. So I can only imagine that the Queen Maker is going to reply or respond to Dana's allegations because she's alleging SA, which really what she described as SA is that at one point during the girls trip, and I'll just kind of recap it. I'm not going to go over the whole fucking 3 hours, but during the girls trip, Princella grabbed her hair and said something. I forgot what she said the girl said. Then later on that night, she bent her over, and what sounds like she may have, how do I say this without it getting banned? Maybe, it's too late. It sounds like she may have fingered her. And so that is what the young lady is alleging that Princella did. So, and she's done at least two to three interviews, talking about her experience or what have you. And they're all, I'm not going to say they're all different. Her story itself is consistent, but I guess just how the people ask her the questions and her responses, how she says it is a little different. But it's an interesting story. And when I recorded it, I was listening, but then I was also listening to another podcast because, of course, everything is going on with the Diddy, with the Jay-Z, it's just, everything's going crazy. So I was kind of trying to lend one ear to the girl's interview because I knew I was going to do a reaction, and then lend one ear to the rest of the YouTube drama. So it was a few things that I caught during the actual reaction video. So if you all get a chance, y'all, want to clean your house and you want something to listen to, check it out. And let me know what you all think. Now, I gave it from a lesbian standpoint. And, I typically pop out with these type of videos when I feel that lesbianism is being misrepresented, right? And I think one of the reasons why people have the opinions that they have is because they don't understand it. I don't expect straight women to have an understanding on the mind of a lesbian. The mindset is different, thoughts is different, it's just different. And so it kind of boggles me when straight people, it's all content at the end of the day, so I get that. But even like online, and I've said this before, straight people who comment on lesbian activities from an expert standpoint, you typically sound dumb, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing to give your opinion and how you view it, and of course, you would view it as a straight person. But to speak expertly about it, you just aren't coming. You're on the outside looking in, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm interested to see how this all plays out because according to Dana, she filed a police report. I guess a couple of weeks after it happened, and there's charges and a warrant out for Princella's arrest. So I guess for what she's saying is that if Princella goes back to Arkansas because it happened in how do I keep forgetting the part of Arkansas? Mm, Hot Springs. And I don't know how I keep forgetting about it because I actually hosted a lesbian group, a lesbian event when I had my lesbian group in Hot Springs, Arkansas, where we did the crystal dig, which ironically is one of the activities that they did there. Not necessarily a spa day, but a massage, and of course, sightseeing and sitting in the hot springs. So, which is very interesting because that's a lot of what they had done during that time. So, um, I don't want to go all the way into it because I do want you all to kind of check it out. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button when y'all check it out, as well as hit the thumbs up button while y'all here. I appreciate y'all just hanging out with me while I can't sleep, talking about this YouTube drama. It was, like I said, it was very interesting. I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. Um, but yeah, it's a whole nother world. I mean, they don't say U-Haul lesbians just for play. And I think that because according to Dana, she said she had never dated a woman, never been with a woman, although I think the doors were opening between her. According to what she posted, it looked like the doors was opening between her and Jasmine. But, and mind you, I don't know any of these women. These are content. So, the last time I did a reaction video for Princella, all of her little people came and fussed at me. But it's content. It's on YouTube and it's fucking content. And as long as it's on YouTube and it's content, I'm gonna fucking react to it. And it's like people want to live in this rose colored glasses. Oh, you gotta like who I like. You gotta speak the way I speak. You gotta think the way that I think. I'm not with all that. I'm 53 years old. I'm going through menopause. Fuck that. Okay? Okay? And that's just all it is. I ain't got time for that. I'm grown out here in these streets. And everybody's not going to like the same thing. Everybody not going to like the same people. Everybody not going to have the same opinions, thoughts, views, whatever. So, leave a comment or not. And it is what it is. I think people need to kind of chill and relax. People are so uptight about things that don't go their way. And I come from a generation of things were just different. It seems like people are so soft nowadays. I'm in a few lesbian groups on Facebook, as well as I have my own, but Facebook has me shadow banned, so there's that. So I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna delete it because I had to delete it and open it up, but that's a whole nother story. So in one of the lesbian groups that I'm in, a person posted something to the effect that she was dating this stud. Now it's a lesbian group, and geez, depending on which group it is it can range from just lesbians to everybody's welcome. But I digress. It's not my group. And so she had posted something to the effect that she was dating a stud, and basically her stud girlfriend had an issue with the fact that she has an IUD. And she has an IUD from what I gathered because she was recently intimate with a man. Now, are we gonna get into the technicality of that? Yeah, I am. So technically she's a bisexual if she just recently had sex with a man. I mean, it's just simple definitions. And I just don't understand how people get upset and all out of pocket over actual definitions. And I don't understand how people just don't call it as it is. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, I digress. So anyway, so basically it was a long distance relationship if I'm not mistaken. And so she's getting the opinion of the ladies that's in the lesbian group about, do you all experience this? I'm dating a stud. She found out I had an IUD, and she was kind of concerned that I might get an infection or something along that lines. I think is what she was saying. And it was just really bizarre to me that a lot of the women that was in the group kind of all defaulted to, oh, she's biphobic. She's, leave her. She wants to control your body. And, and I typically keep my opinions to myself, and I vent my opinions on my platform because people have the right to their opinions, right? As do I. But I really debated responding because most lesbians don't date bisexuals. And really, it doesn't have anything to do really with the woman herself, right? We're women. We like women. The women part of the equation is not the problem, right? But it's like they don't get it. And us lesbians who only date other lesbians get a bad rap for not wanting to date bisexuals. Which again is not the woman aspect of it. We love women. It's the part that includes the man. And so I recently was asked by a friend of mine, straight friend of mine. We were just having relationship conversations, and she was like, what is it about it? And I was like, it's not only like, okay, the majority, I shouldn't say majority, but some people will say that they don't want to date a bisexual woman because they're confused and they can't make up their mind. I don't have that thought process. That's not my thought process. I believe that, because they're both two different experiences, you just got people that like both experiences. That's simple. I don't know why people have a problem with that. So I don't think they're confused. I just think that they like both experiences. I think people who don't know what they're talking about is the ones that's confused because they're one thought process and they're confused as to how a person could enjoy both. Again, straight mind mentality, a straight thought mentality. And there's nothing wrong with that, But you know what? I can't even say straight. Most people, but there are some lesbians that feel that they're just confused. 'Cause I had to go back and forth with one of my friends, rest her soul, that was personally hurt by a bisexual woman because the bisexual woman was going back and forth. She wasn't loyal to her. And I think that's a person by person thing. That's not all, because anybody has the opportunity to cheat. So that's up to the person. It doesn't matter your sexual orientation. So me and my friend went round and round about that. But I don't think that bisexuals are confused. I think they just like both. My issue is that um, the energetic exchange, the juices exchange, like, no, not too many lesbians want to go behind a man within a period of time. Like, I think every woman has their own little time frame on, because it's just not something that true lesbians want to deal with. And you, given the fact that most, I say most, not all, but most dudes will fuck anything. Then you have the germ chasers or the bug chasers or whatever they're called, where they just have sex without protection for the adrenaline rush on whether or not they will potentially get a disease. They don't have the same thought process. So, if that's what you like, that's cool. Do what you do. But yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't understand why people don't understand that. So I I I personally wouldn't want. I'm trying to change my thought process in my mind, that right now, if a woman has dated a man within a year, if it hasn't been a year or more, I really don't want to talk with her. It's like, ugh. But I'm a lesbian, so I have that ick factor. But back to the damn group. So the group, I mean, it was just really weird. So if the stud girlfriend don't want her girlfriend, I mean, I'm sure she was probably like, why do you have an IUD if you're a lesbian? Now, mind you, you do, and that's a lot of the comments that they were making, is that you're not just on birth control to control birth. Sometimes it's hormonal. You're trying to get your hormones right. You know. Um I mean, I get that. I don't believe in putting, like, those those chemicals are harsh. They're going to be harsh on your body. So that's my issue with that. They're going to be harsh with your body. But mixed with the fact that the girl just recently had intimacies with a man, I think that's probably her girlfriend's issue. It's not that she has an IUD, because I don't think any woman that would have an issue with her girl trying to get her hormones together. But you're actually using it for birth control. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't people expect her lesbian stud girlfriend to be a little leery, like, but the consensus of the group was like, oh, you need to leave her, you need to leave her. She's trying to control your body. She's biphobic, she's biphobic, she's biphobic. And then there was a comment There was a comment that said it also gives a hint of transphobic because some lesbians have penises. And I'm like, it's not my group. People are entitled to their opinions. But as a lesbian, I don't want to see a penis. I don't want to see a penis. I don't. That's the whole point of being a lesbian. And people, they identify however they identify. It is what it is. But I personally don't want to see a penis. So it's like we're in the age of Aquarius, which is technically an intelligent age, the age of intelligence. But it's like we're also like going backwards. It's like we're progressing, but then we're going back. We're smart, but then we're still dumb as a box of fucking frogs. But everything is weird. Everything is weird, so I don't know. But I didn't comment in the group because people are entitled to have their opinions, their experiences, or what have you. And I had gotten into a back and forth with a woman in real life in my group years ago that was basically saying, well, I don't know. People have their preferences. And to say that a person's preference is offensive to people, I only can say fuck you, I mean, because somebody's going to be offended. And when you have a preference, that's going to leave out other people. And if those people can't find peace within themselves and realize that everybody ain't for everybody, that you're not everybody's cup of tea, like what else could I say? But fuck you. If you can't say, I respect what you like, and you come with, oh, you're some kind of phobic because you don't like this, or you don't like that, or you don't like, bitch, fuck you. Like, what else is there left to say? Because at that point, it becomes manipulation. At that point, it becomes controlling. I'm 5'1.5". Yes, don't forget that half. So bitches who say I only like bitches who's 5'2", I can't say you're 5'1" phobic. Like, it sounds ridiculous. Because I know that somewhere there's a motherfucker that likes somebody that's 5'1.5". I can't be like, I mean, that is just so needy to me. And I just don't have the patience to what's the word, to coddle people who should be past certain things. You can't make everybody happy. And if you can't find that happiness within yourself, I wouldn't advise you to look to me. Because I'm not going to do it. I'm going to probably piss you off. And so some years ago, this broad is going to tell me that, well, okay, so without going into the whole story, what she basically was saying is that bisexual women who don't want to date bisexual men is being a hypocrite. All right. Now, mind you, again, and told this story before on other videos. This ain't even my motherfucking fight because I'm not a bisexual woman. I am a lesbian. Whole, original, homegrown lesbian, right? No additives, no preservatives, just lesbian. Right. So I don't even have a dog in this fight. But what I do and what I am going to do is stand up for women. And so by saying that, you're taking a woman's right away and obligating her to date someone just because. And so, we weren't like friends or anything. She was recently in my group. Of course, we had a falling out because what you're not going to do is say that the reason why the, bisexual men are offing themselves and are lying is because bisexual women won't date them. No, you're not going to put that weight of bullshit on the women that's in my group. The reason why they're offing themselves is because they're unable to stand in their truth. The reason why they're lying is because they're unable to stand in their truth. And just because we're all part of the same, I don't really claim the alphabet anymore, but at the time, part of the alphabet don't just obligate. Like you just have to. So now you're no. Everybody has their preference. And if a bisexual, it might be hypocritical if a bisexual woman don't want to date a bisexual man, but guess what? That's her choice. Just like it's the choice of a lesbian not to want to date a bisexual. Just like it's the fucking choice that a lesbian don't date men. Like what are we doing here? What are we doing? And it's the madness, the mental madness that drives me insane. Because it's like we're grown. Why don't we know this? But it's control and manipulation. And I don't like that. And I'm a Scorpio who likes control. But I don't want to control people. You know what I'm saying? But that's people for you. And what's not going to happen is me being controlled. And that's the whole thing. So that's why I don't even really kind of, I have my group of lesbian friends that I deal with, that we're just, just friends, sisters, what have you. I don't claim the alphabet because I don't believe that the alphabet is pro-women. And people get on my nerves. Like, people legit get on my nerves. Because they've just come so soft and needy. But, how did I even get here? What was I talking about? Was I still talking about? See, I went on a whole tangent. I think I was done talking about the Prince thing. I was talking about the ladies in the group. Yeah. Yeah, just like, there's the male lesbians. Yep, you heard me right. Male lesbians. Or I've seen one call themselves a transbian. And I haven't had this experience, but there are women who are saying that they're being called a phobic if they don't date a biological man who's now identified as a woman who still has a penis. So, like, fuck the fact that lesbians don't want dick. Like, just fuck that whole thing. And like, what are we doing here? Like, what is how you gonna force somebody to? I don't know. People, they're just so draining. So I'm really happy and content with being with my turtles. I have my people over when I have my people over, what have you. But like being in a group, I don't know. And even the people that's in my shadow band lesbian group, I know them and I've known them. So I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to come out of hibernation. People so strange and bizarre. So let's see what else has been going on. I kind of been paying attention to the Jay-Z Diddy situation, but I'll be listening to like 3 or 4 podcasts at a time. So I got bits and pieces of what's going on, and then the ones that I've typically listen to on a regular basis, I miss their broadcast. So I'm gonna have to go back and listen. I did see a video earlier. I can't remember the guy's name, but he compiled like 10 videos of Diddy, acting weird. And not, for the record, we're not claiming Diddy in the Scorpio gang. Okay, he has he has ruined so many things that, like, just even the term freak off. Like, that sounds like something you want to go to. Freak off ain't nothing but a sex party. Their sex party's here. But he took it to the fucking extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've never been to a sex party. I came really close to going last year, but I couldn't I couldn't bring myself to go because it wasn't like it was a lesbian sex party. It was a mixed company, right? And because I don't know the layout, and I trust the lady who was telling me about it, right? That nobody touches you without consent. And of course, this may have been a couple of years ago because this was. Oh wait, no, Diddy got arrested. What this all this shit came out on him this year? Okay, so I think it was maybe last year. But nobody touches you without consent, and basically, I guess people, they guess they do their thing or what have you, but somebody might be playing pool naked or whatever, whatever. But I just couldn't trust. You know how mad I would be? One, I didn't want to see no penises. That's the first thing. But do you know how mad I would have been if some juices, some fluid had got on me? Now, if it was a lesbian sex party, that's a whole totally different, or just all women. That's a totally different thing. But and I just didn't want to run that risk, because I mean, I just have a preference, and that's just not it. So I just never made it. But I heard about it. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with sex parties as long as everybody is there consenting, they're in their right mind, or if they're out of their mind, they're out of their mind because they want to be out of their mind. It ain't because they didn't found themselves out of their minds. You know what I'm saying? Because people do. Some people enjoy getting high and drunk and just doing the most while they're in their state. But I don't think you should be people just find themselves, you know what I'm saying? Just and not having the ability to say no and all of that stuff. So he just ruined a lot of terms and but I think when is his court date? I think it's in May. March or May. I think it's May. I'm interested to see how this is gonna go. But I will tell you, y'all, I would not be surprised. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. I would not be surprised if Biden pardons Diddy. I said it before, I say it again. Both of them are Scorpios. Both of them used to hang out, and I just and that Biden, the Scorpio, he is basically on fuck y'all mode. He's like, fuck all y'all. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I'm on my way out. Y'all ain't shit y'all can do about it. So I'm gonna do what I want to do. And so I had seen that he had pardoned. Well, we all know that he pardoned his son. But he also pardoned. Well, not pardoned, but I guess he took some people off of death row that had been on death row. I don't know how long. I think it was like maybe, what's the number? Maybe 12 people? It could be more. I don't know. It's fucking 144. But it was, I think, a double digit number of people that was on death row. He took them off. And he took them off so when Trump got in, he couldn't finish the job, right? But see, here's the thing. From what I gather, and I don't know the details, but from what I gather, the people that was on death row was on there because they murked someone. And the stories is that, one of them did like a whole family, one did a wife. It was just really sad situations. And so I guess their families was, potentially looking forward to the murker to be murked. Now they're just going to get life in prison. So I forget what content creator kind of covered this story, but the people whose families the murkers murked, they were devastated. And so was this done? But then they pro-abortion. So is to murk or not to murk? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is going on here, people? And I think it was like all but two people. And I can't remember the two that He did take off. So I would not be surprised if that was the final kiss my ass move because again, we're dealing with Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio, right? And then we're dealing with Scorpio men, Joe and Diddy. They love to give you their ass to kiss if they feel a certain kind of way, feel like they've been betrayed or whatever, or just for spite. So we'll see. When is the what is it, inauguration? Is that what it's called? Now I did hear that there so much shit is going on. So I heard that there might push that back because the speaker of the something or another is can't make up their minds, and then I heard then I see that Elon told people to go. What did he say? He said, what did he say? Go fuck yourself in the face or some shit like that. It's like, what is going on, people? Oh my goodness. Oh, oh my goodness. Like, what is happening in this world? Or at least in this country? Like, what the fuck? This dude. But he's a cancer. Elon is a cancer. I, I pulled his chart, but I don't remember nothing about his chart because I didn't look at it for too long. But if I'm not mistaken, he's a cancer. So, and I think I remember that he has Mercury in Cancer too. So that's communication. So you're gonna get all emotions and feelings from him. So he's gonna say what he feels, basically. What Mercury in Cancer means. He's gonna say what he feels, and we know that cancers are moody. Now, I only got a pinky toe in what was actually going on between them, but I think they're talking about legal immigrants versus illegal immigrants, and in the top tier, I think Vivek, I think that might be his name, is saying that America don't have the best in the tech. And and I guess people got in their feelings, but the question is, do we? Where are we ranking among the tech community? And if we're ranking low, then I think people need to get out their fucking feelings. Now, if they're ranking high, then prove those points. Again, people are just like, let's speak in facts and reality and truth. And I think a lot of people want to deal in emotion. And like, what was his name? Pies. Fuck your feelings. Like, fuck your feelings. Let's talk about facts. Let's talk about truth. Let's talk about actualities. Let's talk about tangibles. Like this, I say the world, but I'm not tapped into what's going on in the world. I do know that I think it was a Korean plane that crashed. It was like a couple of plane crashes. It's bananas. The world is going crazy. The world is going crazy. Now, what I haven't seen, and it could be just out of my algorithm, what happened to the drones? Is people still talking about the drones? Because before they have a newscast. I mean, what you call it? News. What you call those things? what do you call it when you conference, not conference, whatever it is, when they get on there and they talk in front of everybody on the TV. Oh my God, the drones, the drones, the drones, the drones, the drones. What are they? Shoot them down? Not gonna shoot them down? What's going on? Everybody was like in a panic, and now I don't see anything. But again, it could be out of my algorithm, so I'll hold my comments on that. But I know tonight when I was doing yoga, I was laying on the floor, and I looked out my window through my closed blinds. I saw a very bright light. And I'm like, that's what made me think of it. Like, is that a drone? And so I went to the window to look. And from my vantage point, it looked just like a star. I didn't have my glasses on. I don't know. I have heard people say that over on the Kansas side, potentially have seen them. I don't know. There's talk and speculation that the drone, that they're kind of trying to get people used to seeing the drones so it can become more of a policed society. And so, kind of like the Jetsons, and it was another movie too. So, like, the police will be able to monitor activities through drones as opposed to being. They got to figure out something because, from what I hear, a lot of the police is like deuces. And so they'll be able to use the drones to monitor, and then they have those not called bionic dogs. What are they called? Uh, what you call it? The words is leaving my head. They're fuck is that called? It's like a bionic dog, but I don't think that's the term. That's the actual term. But they're like robots. Robotic dog, I think is what it is. And so I think it's gonna be like that movie that, what was it, Will Smith was in? Is what they're making it sound like. I do know that I heard that they say that with like the Teslas, if you get pulled over, I don't know if it's how it is now or what they're planning on making it, but what I heard was that, like, say for instance, you're driving a Tesla and then you get pulled over. As soon as the cop goes, whoop, whoop, your car just stops driving and the windows automatically go down. So, and maybe if these fuckers wasn't doing all this goddamn crime all over the place, there wouldn't be a need for this. Like the motherfucker that set the lady on fire. Now that, it's gotta be more to that than that. I mean, I think I talked about this on my last lives. Like, it was so bizarre. One, that she just stood there and she was probably in shock, but it's like, I still say, why didn't somebody push her and pat her down, And then did he spray something on her? But now, or in the future, I guess, all they gotta do is probably launch a drone. People ain't got to lose their lives trying to fight crime. I don't know, but I will tell you what, again, and I know people's like, I'm tired of you saying that. Well, it is what it is. We're in the age of Aquarius. And all this technology, all the robots, all the drones, it's going to get very jetsoning. It's going to get very jetsoning. Meet George Jetson, his boy Elroy, Do 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 do. Daughter Judy. Do 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 do. Jane, his wife. Do 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 do. Oh yeah. And someone, I think it was my son, one of my sons, that was telling me that Elon is trying to get a robot in everybody, like a helper or a maid or something, robot in everybody's home. So I guess it would be equivalent to like Siri or Alexa, which I don't have either one. It's about to get very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. And it's crazy because everybody was crying during the election. 20, what was it, 2020? What was they saying? Project 2025, I think, or whatever it was, 2020, whatever. But they didn't say nothing about Project 2030. Whereas they're, so, for the whole green thing, limiting intake of food and how much clothes, like people just, that's why I don't really talk to people about stuff. I talk to a select few people because only a select few really know what's going on. Everybody else is just talking out their emotions. Project 2030 suggested so many pounds of meat you can eat or consume, so many new items you can buy a year. They didn't want nobody to have a car. Um, Something along the lines of the smart cities where you only kind of go within like your neighborhood radius. And you know what? I would not be surprised if pretty soon you will have to pay for air. I wouldn't, it may be a little bit further down the line, but I tell you what, the fog that was like in our city, like fog on a regular day, don't, it's fog, like whatever. But I don't know, it's just something about this 2024 fog and all this other bullshit that's going on. It just seemed a little bit suspicious. It seemed a little suspicious, in my opinion. But I think the world is about to change in a manner that we've never seen before. And like I said, I would not be surprised if pretty soon we'll have to walk around with like air tanks. And it could be because the air is so um, polluted. Some kind of a natural or unnatural catastrophe, something. Now, when will it happen? I don't know. But I do believe that it's on the horizon, because I think at the end of the day it's all about control. And it's supposed to be about humanity, right? The betterment of humanity. So, I don't know, maybe that's subjective. But I do believe that I don't buy into the global warming. And I know people is like, well, the time, we're the polluting, we're doing this, yeah. And I'm not saying that there's not things that well, I say we loosely, but as humans can do to keep the earth cleaner. But what I'm saying is, I don't believe that the earth warming up is a human effect. I believe that earth is going through her summer cycle. I think this cycle is a natural occurrence that nobody can change. And if you go back in history, you will see you had the ice age. Then I think they said, I mean, there's just different ages where um, the earth presented itself differently. And I think that it's in its summer cycle. And I think that's the reason why the ice caps are freezing. But they had to freeze. And I think during the time they froze was when Mother Earth was in her winter cycle. Then it sounds like we went through, you know, a spring cycle, and now we're going through a summer cycle. And I think those that either don't understand or those that want to control will try to make it seem like it's something else. Because what? It was 40, 50 something degrees. We only had one snow in Kansas City where it used to snow its ass off. When I was a kid, it snowed so much. And I love snow. I don't like driving in it, but I like watching it and playing it well, when I could. Winter wintered when I was little. Even up to when I was a teenager. But we in January. We only had one snow. And that barely was, I don't even think it was enough to shovel. And it melted the next day, if not that day. Remember we had ice storms? We used to have ice storms. I remember 2 big ice storms, at least 2. Looked like you was in Mario Brothers ice, the ice screen or level. But now it's warming up. The question is, how hot is this motherfucker gonna get? It's gonna burn everything off and start over and regenerate itself. But I think by then we'll all be long gone because it takes, it's a cycle, it's a season. Mm. Let's see. Tomorrow's a new moon in Capricorn, which I think is very fitting because, of course, the sun is in Capricorn, the moon is in Capricorn, so it's true Capricorn season. And usually around this time, people do their New Year's resolutions, and and this is a good energy for that because new moons is new beginnings. Then with the sun, there's uh, new beginnings for self. Things is good for you that self improvement. And then Capricorn energy is the GOAT energy, the greatest of all times, the boss energy. And this is a good time to settle in or make goals and plans and resolutions and to move towards that, whatever boss energy. Setting boundaries. people that been breaking their boundaries, it's a good time to set new ones and stick to it. And Capricorn ruled by Saturn. Saturn is could be karma, and so it would be good to, I don't want to say clean your karma or clear your karma. I mean, I guess the karma that you can clear, you still have to take accountability. I don't want to make it seem like it's, like the Christian thought process. You just, oh, forgive me. Okay, you're forgiven. No, the fuck you ain't. You still got to take accountability for what you've done. So clear your karma means to reconcile or be held accountable for whatever it is that you did. So that would be a good energy to maybe try to reconcile with those you may have offended. However, if you've offended me, fuck you. I'm not interested in reconciling. So it was fuck you last year, fuck you this year, fuck you next year, and forever. So I don't want nobody trying to reconcile with me if we on that time. And, it is what it is. Because my thing is choose better. People intentionally do shit. And then with the expectation that you will forgive them. Fuck that. Like, who does that? Yeah, I mean, fucked up. Mm-mm. This is my third year of no forgiveness. I'm not forgiving nobody. No, not for the shit you purposely. Like, what sense does that make? You purposely and intentionally violated me in whatever way, whether it was betrayal or, whatever. Why would I? Why would I forgive you for that when you purposely did it? Stand on that shit. That's just how I feel. But you got people, and I get it because there's some zodiac signs they have to forgive. They can't go on unless they forgive, But that ain't me. That ain't this Scorpio. Fuck you. You hear me? Like, I think I want a snack. I don't even think I have anything in there to snack on. Not that it's readily available. I need to keep snack. I ate them all though. I did have some. Oh, I got some raisins in there. That's probably the only quick snack I had. I bought the turtles a banana because it said they could eat bananas, but I don't think they like bananas. I don't think they like nothing but green shit. They don't care about no bananas. They don't care about no strawberries. They don't care about no carrots. They just want broccoli, lettuce, either romaine or iceberg. I don't even think, well, I haven't given them spinach in a while. I think Pepsi likes spinach. I don't think Juju do. But they both like lettuce or, yeah. I think I gave them a bell pepper. I don't even think they like the bell pepper though. I don't know. I don't know. But then what? I hope these fools don't be shooting like some damn banshees. They just be doing the most. And then these niggas start, and I say niggas loosely, 6 o'clock. 6 hours before the new year, before the clock strikes 12, and they Pow, 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 pow. You don't sit your motherfucking monkey ass down somewhere. Jeez. It's bad enough doing the one pop. But you da 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 like you at fucking Beirut or Vietnam or some shit like that. You ain't in no just on my fucking nerves. And then they'll shoot an hour or two. These motherfuckers shoot for all time zones. Like, sit your motherfucking monkey ass down. Read a goddamn book. Ugh, so fucking irritating. So fucking irritating. Mm-mm-mm. My black ass, my motherfucking monkey ass will be home. Will be home. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. We got the neighborhood has been or what do you call it, gentrified. So we'll see how this year is. There's still niggas on the horizon though. They ain't far away. So I'm sure, but hopefully they don't be shooting for fucking 8 hours. Man, you got to be kidding me. It may not be quite that, but they'll start at like 10 and they'll shoot all the way up until 2 or 3. It's just doing the fucking most for no good reason, for free. So I guess I would try to get some sleep. But I know I'll probably get on Facebook and see what's going on because I've dipped in here and there, see what these crazy lesbians are talking about in these lesbian groups. And every time I get irritated. Like, one, I really need to just get out of the group. I really just need to just hit that unfollow or leave group because they always say something that's like, what the I just be wanting to cuss them out. Like, does anybody in this world knows what a fucking lesbian is? The world is not a one size fits all. Humans are not a monolith. It's okay to dichotomize things for clarification. It's like, oh my goodness gracious, shit balls of fire. So I know eventually, and it's like, but at least I'm not one of them stupid ass people that try to change people's views and make them, because people are entitled to run their group however they want to run it, and people are entitled to say, because that's why I say I need to exit my ass from it. Because I do. They be pissing me off. This one group. And then, okay, so this other group, this is a cool group though. It's a stud group, but there's films in there as well. But someone, I can't remember which stud group it was, but someone in there wrote an anonymous post, and they're like, basically, they was trying to put roots on this straight chick so she could like them. But what was happening? This is a bad idea, right? And I did reply back to this one because I knew that most other people would not have the answer. But what was happening is that I don't know if the straight chick had some form of protection around her or was sending that shit back or the girl wasn't doing it right or what have you. Whatever it was, the I'm assuming Stud, the anonymous person, was just encapsulating themselves around all the energy they were trying to put on this straight girl. Now, first of all, you don't do love rituals to try to bend people's wills. That is the biggest no fucking no out there. You just don't do that. It never, ever, 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 ever ends well. No, it just, and people don't realize that. And see, this is why these damn TikTok witches that ain't even heard of witchcraft until they got on TikTok. I'm talking about them, not actual witches that's on TikTok, but the TikTok witches. There's a difference. And they see some shit and they're like, oh, I could do that. And in theory, they can, but you got to know the science behind it. You got to know all of the shit. You just can't do shit to be doing shit. And what you don't want to do is try to do a love ritual on motherfuckers to make them love you when they don't. The fuck is wrong with you? See, people are fucking exhausting. And so she was becoming more obsessed and obsessed and obsessed and obsessed with this straight chick who's living her straight life. Probably ain't even thinking of no vagina. And here you are, you strange bird, trying to make her want you. Like, why would you even want someone who don't want you? Like, what kind of future did you think that was going to be? But anyway, so I replied back and told her, yeah, don't do that. Told her what was happening and gave her some rituals to do to help. I mean, she's going to have to stand in that energy that she did put out because you can't do that. But maybe to get some of the energy of the obsession and, the energy that she's put out. And so, and then someone had posted first before me, and she was like, basically what I just said, what the fuck is wrong with you? Move the fuck on. You can't make nobody. So then I posted my comment, and then someone had posted behind me and kind of came from the aspect of you hate yourself or you need self-love, and which counseling and stuff like that, which the girl was saying she was going to counseling. She talk about what was a sex addicted sex it was some like AA, but it was like a SAA or SSA, something I don't know. But anyway, whoever in the group, somebody in the group deleted the whole thing. And I'm like, when I finally decided and I took my time with that response too. And they deleted it probably because they was afraid. They were probably afraid Jesus was going to be mad at them or something. Even though Jesus was a whole fucking alchemist, like a whole witch doctor. But nobody know that. They don't know that. They just, whatever. It's just bananas. Fucking bananas. Fucking bananas. But some of the groups was cool. But this one group, I need to just go on and unsubscribe or whatever before, because people have the right to live in their blissful ignorance or delusion, especially if it's not directly affecting me. But oh my goodness gracious, the lesbians be doing the most. The most. Oh, well, I guess that's it. That's my rant for tonight. I don't think I got nothing else to say. I done been talking for at least the last 5 hours because I did yeah, no, not 5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Shit, it might be 5 hours. Shit, because the review. Well, I wasn't talking. I probably talked about an hour, and this is an hour. It's like about 2.5. But at any rate, I appreciate you all listening to me, hanging out with me. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Check out my other channels. Subscribe. Check out my website, tajiastrology.com. I forgot to bring my commercial over on this side. But yeah, that's it for now. And if I don't go live before 2025 comes, which I might, probably, but if not, Happy New Year to you all. And I hope you all 2025 is way better, more prosperous, more health, more wealth, and abundance. Abundant in 2024. All right, you all. Salute, salute.